Hello viewers, welcome back to another episode, and this episode will be the second part of my StorageWorks videos. And as I said in the last episode where I introduced my both StorageWorks systems, I will talk first about this specific StorageWorks system. This is RAID Array 3000. It's from Compaq from 1999, but it's based on the digital StorageWorks system, so this is the newer generation of StorageWorks. I can also talk about other things. So here is my nice new VT420, but this is something for another episode. So today the episode is about these StorageWorks systems, and as you saw in the title, this system is not working at the moment, and you will see later in that video what is the problem with that system. So I have a controller shelf and two disk shelves, and originally I had 10 disks, but now I'm only using 8 disks. So I have 6 disks here on the top with 80.2 GB and 2 disks with 36.4 GB in this second shelf. Originally I had 10 disks with 18.2 GB, but I thought 2 were broken, but only one was broken, and one shelf is broken. So there is a cable, an internal cable. I think this cable is broken, so I cannot use these case at the moment. I hope I'll get a new one, and then I can use 10 disks in this StorageWorks configuration. And here these are the 2 cables here from each shelf. It goes down there to the controller shelf. You can add also 2 more shelves to this controller. You need something called a tri-link. Then you can add a second shelf to each of these channels. I think the second channel will use the other 8 IDs or the other 6 IDs you need for the hard drives, because this is wide ultra SCSI, so you have 16 IDs in total. Then here are the connection to the host. There is a serial connection for the configuration, and it's quite irritating because this is the male connector, and I thought I need a 0 modem connection cable, but this does not work. You need a normal standard serial cable, and then you need something like this is a gender changer, which changes the gender of the cable. So you need a normal serial cable for configuration, or not a 0 modem connection cable. And down there is a connection for the UPS, and there are 2 of these modules, one for the upper controller and one for the lower controller. And here on the left are the power supplies, and here's the switch. This is the indicator for an error or a warning, and with the switch you can mute the sound for an error. So what's the plan? Now I will take these controllers out and these parts here and show you the parts a bit more in detail. And after I've done that, I will show you the configuration and the problem I have with this system. So let's have a look on different components. This is a personality module with 2 connectors with the 2 channels, and here you can set the termination and the ID. And this is configured as in the hardware description is described, so the jumper settings are correct. Then this is one of the modules for the host connection, so you can see here the 2 DCI high voltage differential connectors, and the serial connector and the UPS connector. The back is just this normal standard StorageWorks connector. More interesting are here, these are the controllers, and on the controllers are 2 memory modules with 16 MB each. So the controller has 32 MB of cache, each controller, so the other one is exactly the same, so both controllers are equal. Then here are some chips. This is a RISC chip, I think this is the main processor, and here are 2 QLogic FAS 366U. These are SCSI controllers, and here are some zips from CMD. They are called RAID 0556A2. Did not found out what these chips are doing, and on the other side are also some chips, but this module is screwed on a piece of metal, but I've disassembled it because you can see here this yellow thing. This is the battery, and I have also a second one. This is the old one. I've replaced the battery because I thought the battery is empty and this is causing the issue, but because the battery is also the clock of the machine, and it does not have an effect changing the battery, but that's the reason why I know the other side from the PCB as well. You can see it also, maybe you can see it here. There's a lot of other stuff on the other side, and you can see it seems to be quite mirrored because on the other side it's quite equal chip configuration. So I will put all the things back into the shelf and then I will turn it on. So now we are in the configuration. You've seen the start of the machine, and I've restarted the controller after that to show you the boot process on the console. And this digital high node is connected via serial connection to the controller and using a terminal emulation to show you the terminal output. There's also another software, it's called StorageWorks Command Console, and I have the version 2.1 of it, but it does not want to communicate with the controller. When I connected the controller to the machine and started this software, the software gets stuck. So I think there is any kind of communication, and the version 2.1 is also the right version for the RAID Array 3000 controller. But maybe the firmware, you can see it here, the firmware is D11X, and I think it's too new for 2.1 of StorageWorks Command Control, so I wasn't able to get any configuration due to this configuration tool. So this is the terminal configuration, and I can hit enter, and then I'm in the DEC monitor utility, and I can, here at the top is the date, 29th of August 2024, and it's at the moment 43 minutes past 6 p.m. and I can do several things inside these configurations. So here, this is the RAID status, and you can see this is the top shelf with 6 hard drives, but there you can see only 5 because it's a RAID level 5 RAID level, and it's degraded at the moment, and because I've swapped one of the hard drives. And one of my problems is when I want to rebuild it. So here are RAID set functions, click on rebuild, and I want to rebuild on channel 2 these RAID set. This is the new hard drive. I can say, okay, I want to rebuild that, and then I click OK, hit R, and then an error appears. System locked due to critical environment conditions, unable to perform rebuild on RAID set 0. And I do not know what are these critical environment conditions are. I've checked the log. Here's the event log, but in the event log are only some information about the relevant controller and some information about the scanning the bus, but I do not found any kind of errors based on the condition. You can filter that, so you can click here on filter and say, okay, maybe it's a problem with the event, so I think show me some special events, maybe some events based on the van, for example. This is something called has to do with the environment. Think, okay, hit enter. No, so it's not van error. It's not a temperature error. So I do not know what the problem is. Let's go back. It's also system information available. So you can see the environmental status and everything is normal. System operating mode is quite good, and some things are not installed. And the other problem with that machine is I'm not able to connect with a system to that controller. I've used a Windows 2000 system with a controller which is supported by this a dedicated SCSI controller from Adaptec, the AHA2944UW, which is supported by that controller, so I can use that high differential controller, SCSI controller, to connect to that machine. And I've also configured it as is described in the manual, but the SCSI connection does not synchronize. So it's I can see the controller. HSZ22 is the name of the controller. You can see it also over here, but I'm not able to see the RAID arrays. So I think there is something in the controller which I cannot see, some kind of configuration I cannot change with over terminal, which blocks the access on that system. And when I remove and I change the mute switch, you can hear the beep from the controller. And there's also the error light is also on. So maybe there is a problem, but I'm not able to solve this problem with the terminal connection. The terminal is also quite strange because here are RAID set functions. I can create a RAID set, I can rebuild a set, and I can also add spares, but when you want to add this as a spare, it's also possible. It's like, okay, this is a spare hot, and press enter, then the same error appears, system locked due to critical environment conditions. So because due to this system lock, I cannot make some changes on the system. Interestingly, I can add a RAID array. I can create one. This is possible in that condition. So, but only when I remove one of the controllers. When both controllers are installed, it's not possible to add a new RAID set. Then this has something to do with the spare configuration. So that's the reason why I cannot use this controller at the moment, and I do not know what is the issue. I do not know how to reset the controller. Maybe it has to do something with an old configuration, but I do not know how to reset it. I want to try to reinstall the firmware, but I think this reinstall of the firmware does not set the configuration back to factory defaults. And when I cannot solve this problem, I'm not able to use that controller for my AlphaServers because the controller is not working. So that is the state with that controller. So maybe you know something more about the HSZ22 controller or about the issue, or do you know if I need a newer version of StorageWorks command control? What I do not have, then write it in the comments down below. And yeah, this is the end of that episode, and thanks for watching, and see you the next time.